Airport Hotel. I'm telling, it's Destination Newry, this is Joanne Callan. I'm telling Joanne that Jack O'Hare is dead. Jack O'Hare, the miller, the sailor, the owner of the mill which became the Canal Court Hotel, place I wanted to call Miller's Wharf. But Jack has passed away, a lovely, lovely gentleman, and away he is gone. And there's a lovely, you love the gentleness of it. There's a lovely poem by Khalil Gibran, which talks about the farewell. Khalil was the Eastern, from the Prophet. We'll give it to the people again, shall we? And it's just, and I thought this was very suitable for Jack, the sailor. It's very short. And it's from Khalil Gibran's book, The Prophet. It's just an excerpt from it. It's an interesting word, excerpt. It sounds a wrong word, but it's a right word, you know. This is what it says. And Jack, the sailor of life, and Jack, this is a tribute to you, Jack O'Hare, who passed away overnight. Sons of my ancient mother, you riders of the tides, how often have you sailed into my dreams, and now you come in my wakening, which is my deeper dream. Ready am I to go, and my eagerness with sails full set awaits the wind. Only another breath will I breathe in this still air, only another loving look cast backwards. Then I shall stand among you, a seafarer among seafarers, and you vast sea, sleepless mother, who alone are peace and freedom to the river and the stream. Only another winding will this stream make, only another murmur in this glade, and then shall I come to you, a boundless drop in a boundless ocean. That for Jack O'Hare, who has passed away. You're welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good, Rowan. How are you?
I'm fine. What were you doing this week?
More of the same, but plenty of variety. So
yeah.
I'm off now to do some relaxed kids stuff. So that's this morning's.
Where are you this morning?
In St Mary's.
Oh, up in those are great.
Yeah.
Just mention St Mary's Pappery to them.
Yeah.
Because that's their twinned African school. That's the school we built.
Yeah. So.
If you see Morris or if you see Margot,
yes.
Give them a hug for me.
I will indeed.
Tell them I insist.
Yeah.
And Morris left me in some coats for Dublin during the week. And you did.
Yeah.
And your coats are down there in Dublin and they loved them and by Saturday morning last. And it's all good. So
often we've stuff, I mean, I have had them sitting in a wardrobe that haven't been used in years, you know, and there's probably more there, but they were the ones that
No, you're awfully good. I appreciate that. And Morris Fitzpatrick of St Mary's. He left in some stuff during the week as well. Lots of good people. And McAteer left in stuff. Lots of people. Yeah. Good people.
And it's great when you know that they're going directly to where people need them.
I got an awful fright this morning because overnight there were a group of men squatting in a derelict pub in the middle of Dublin. And one was murdered. And it sounds awfully like the pattern of my people.
Yeah.
Could be one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
As indeed was the fellow who was burnt to death in his sleeping bag in the Phoenix Park. And then I discovered the inhumanity of Dublin Corporation, because their park wardens, the homeless people used to hide the sleeping bags in the bushes so they could come back that night and get them and use them. But these ugly human beings of corporation wardens would come along, find the sleeping bags and destroy them. So sad, so sad.
So you wonder how anybody can have a conscience or even think that is okay for the last, the only possession that a person maybe has.
Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag.
Yeah. I think
unfortunately,
I think everyone should be homeless for a month to give them a feel for it.
Yeah. To see how it feels. Or certainly, I think there's possibly people out there who have the compassion and are able to do the work, but for anybody that just maybe gets too carried away with themselves.
It doesn't do to get too carried away with yourself.
No, definitely not. I think when there, as the saying goes, there but for the grace of God go I. It could be any of us. There's no set pattern as to how it happens or why it happens. It just happens.
And then one day, as Khalil Gibran says, we'll waken up and find we're a boundless drop in a boundless ocean. Yeah. No more. Yeah. We're just part of the universe and whatever. What about, you see the Kepler telescope, 700 new planets. and new exoplanets outside our galaxy. Wow.
I mean,
do you exist in another place?
Well, I'm quite happy to not have to know everything, I think, and sort of if you do, you do. And
but
if there's a world that exists in another place.
It's a thrilling enough old thing to think of other worlds.
Oh, I mean, I can't believe that there isn't.
Yeah, I'd be the same.
You know, I mean,
I'd be the same.
Why, you could get really deep and philosophical about the whole thing, but why would this one planet be the only planet to have life, and what's it all about, and where, you know, it's all
nonsense. That's the word you're speaking.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. But even to be here and to wonder what it is all about is another.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I think so. That won't you, the lady, and who's the lady you have on your program today?
Brenda Fern.
And what's she doing?
Curves. Brenda is the manager of Curves Ladies Gym, which has been in Newry for 10 years now, and doing great work to help women stay fit and strong.
Is it stay fit or sculpting them into the media-esque idyllic shapes and whatever?
No, well, I think by name Curves, they're very much about just helping women to stay fit, keep a good shape. Yeah. Curves, I suppose, where we look at the media image, it's very skinny, it's very unhealthy, and it's not particularly attractive. Yeah. But the Curves ethos, as far as I'm aware, is very much about strengthening women and giving them a safe, well, both safe's maybe a bit strong, but an environment that's only women only.
I know what you're saying.
That women of all ages, and it's certainly not just the 20-year-olds that will attend Curves. You know, there's women well into their 70s that still go to keep fit and to keep. We spoke about this last week where you were saying.
I know a 70-year-old woman.
Well, but we were talking about. I'm a 70-year-old
man, so that's all right.
Yeah, so I'm sure you know plenty, but. You were saying a few weeks ago about men keeping strong and still exercising into later years as well. So, and the Curves workout's only 30 minutes, 3 times a week. So it's about maintaining fitness and a lot of it's about strengthening bones and preventing osteoporosis and stuff like that.
Kieran McGeaney said it to me. Did I tell you what Kieran said?
Yes, you were saying
about taking up weights again.
Yeah.
I did in my earlier life, and I thought at 70 I can't do it anymore because my ankles are sore, my joints are sore, and he said, no, you must do it. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. But I was actually cutting down on food, and there's a good lesson here for people. I was cutting down too much.
Yes. And
when I developed the problem with my knee, Mark said, look, your knee has started to shoot out. You know, there's a damage has been done here. So I've started taking milk again.
Yeah.
You know, and milk that comes from the proper
milk from the cow.
The proper cow that it's not skimmed or anything else.
No, well, it's one of the funny, when I studied at Loughry College in Cookstown, and we had a lecturer there who also worked at the time. For the first year or so that I was there, Loughry was also the agricultural college. It was a food college, but there was also some agriculture going on as well. So our dairy lecturer was also, he looked after the farm and that too. So he would have come in quite easily for a lecture in his welly boots and things like that. But
I had one of those too. It was James Haffey in Newry. James taught us geography when I was a boy in the Abbey, and James he was a farmer as well. So he may not have come in his wellies, but he came in his brown boots.
Ian would have come in his wellies, but he, because he was on the farm in
the place,
and he always, I remember him pointing out to us and saying that full fat milk is still 96% fat free.
Wow!
It's only 4%. Full fat milk is only 4% fat.
I love that.
So
I'm back on the full fat. I tell you.
I mean, I would only drink full fat milk because one of the reasons, that's certainly my understanding of it is that the full fat milk, whilst they'll say that it semi-skimmed and skimmed contains the same amount of calcium, we actually need the vitamin D in the fat in order. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so if we remove the fat from the product, even half of it, we're reducing the vitamin D, and then your body can't absorb the calcium.
And we don't have the sun to go out and stand and get the vitamin D. So, sun, shine on me, please!
And, you know, we often find that the nutritional advice can be very confusing because it changes quite a bit, and research tells us one thing and then something else is discovered. But I think if we were to stick 96% fat-free on full-fat milk, it would be flying off the shelves because we'd suddenly see it as a low-fat product. Even at full fat, it's not.
Talking about flying off shelves, you're flying yourself on this one. This is one close to your heart.
It is. This is a rant that I have. It's a bit like the butter and margarine one and all of those as
Let's
well.
do without the chemistry. We'll have the butter.
Yes, we'll do have the butter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in moderation, of course. And it's about a healthy, nutritious diet. But also one of the things that I would encourage where milk's concerned is to try where possible to purchase organic milk.
Organic.
Just really from the point of view of antibiotics and hormones and things that are
cows would cows be eating and munching on grass that had been sprayed with chemicals? Is that a possibility?
That's a possibility, but more of a possibility is that they're exposed to antibiotics and hormones in order to ensure that milk production stays high and that the herd stays healthy. So
I've Liam's coming in this morning, Liam Fitzsimons of Newry Veterinary Clinic, so I'd be asking about that.
Well, that's, as again, that's not a...
No, I'll put the foot down, I'll tell him. Joanne Callan said, and I want you to tell me now.
That's my understanding is that we...
it makes sense.
I mean, you can't have a herd of cattle producing milk all day, every day, and not have to treat them with something at some stage, at some point. So the organic would be certainly the route to go. And I know I know increasingly more and more people are looking towards raw milk and
then you goats and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. What did you dream about last night?
What did I dream about?
Can you recall?
No, I usually recall them.
For a wee while.
Not all the time. I would go through phases of recalling and very vividly knowing what my dream was first thing in the morning.
Who will we get? Who will we get to talk to us about dreams? I have a reason for asking you because from the moment I switched off the World Service at night, I've started to dream absolutely beautiful dreams. Like I was telling you earlier, tell the people, dreams like this, it's almost a feeling of heaven within you. I'm cycling along with a beautiful person, a beautiful lady, with all the resonances and ambience of the happiest days of my being in love, you know. And there I am in sunshine, blue skies, sandy tracks coming along, and suddenly we're confronted by a massif of rock with an opening, a tunnel opening high tunnel opening going in, like Petra, the lovely pink city of biblical era. And in we went, we left the bikes down, and I can't see the face of this person, but I'm getting all the feelings of goodness. And we go in, and suddenly I'm in the largest cathedral in the universe, but it's all cut into the rock, and it's all polished, and people are going around polishing brasses and mosaics and whatever else. And then on the wall there is, there's a kind of a mural that shows the fallen heroes of past wars. And one of the pictures is of a man lying there with his hand out, and it says, "The hand of Archibald VII." And it's crumpled and it's broken and he's dead. And then it shows another photograph, another painting of someone else who's lying dead from war. And it's as though war is all in the past. So this is a consequence of turning off the BBC World Service, because to put that on, who will we get to talk about dreams? Do you know anybody?
No, I can't think of anybody. I mean, there's all sorts of dream dictionaries and things like that you can get that will give up the meanings, but I don't know anybody locally that. But I can put the feelers out.
Do that. I don't like dream dictionaries, just as I don't like angel cards. I was introduced to angel cards 2 years ago, and every second card that was played onto the table by the person was marriage. Fuck marriage. I said, show me those. You have these are stacked. Marriage. And this led to a very, very unfortunate period of my life. But I don't like dream dictionaries. I don't like angel cards and all the rest of it.
But there's the interpretation of dreams is an interesting.
Dreams is different.
Subconscious.
Dreams is different because it has a direct bearing on your consciousness, your subconsciousness, on what's going on inside your brain. And this is it.
So I think it's a chance to switch off. So we've Brenda on Destination Wellbeing this afternoon. She'll also be talking about in Curves for the month of March, they do a food drive.
Wow.
So she'll be chatting a little bit about that as well. And
the food drive is interesting because she's going to come on my program on Friday morning,
yes,
tomorrow morning,
yes.
with Mike Houlihan from the Christian Centre around the corner. They have the food bank.
Yes.
And Curves, when you come to Curves this month, your enrolment fee is waived if you bring a basket of groceries. We should be bringing baskets of groceries all the time, shouldn't we?
Or it's a drop-off point. So even if people don't necessarily want to join Curves, they can still drop food in and it'll be greatly received. And existing members will also donate food as well.
Okay.
So it
Sounds good to me.
It's something they've done for the past 10 years and it has been very successful. So
okay, my family send you their love.
Yeah, good.
Did you give some of that reflexology to my latest grandchild?
Not to your latest grandchild. Well,
but to
your daughter,
yeah.
But also to your grandchild. Who's
my grandchild? Which
Molly.
one? Who?
Molly.
Which one is Molly? Molly's the new one.
No, Lily's the new one.
Lily's the new one. Molly's the bigger one.
Sister.
Yeah,
Molly's the bigger sister.
She knows more about it than I do, I tell you. Now I'm going to play you a beautiful piece of music. Hayley Westenra is the person. Hayley Westenra, and the song's called "May It Be." It's absolutely beautiful. Do you know Hayley Westenra?
I've heard, yes.
She's Irish ancestry, and she went to New Zealand, maybe born in New Zealand, and this for me is part of my compendium of the most beautiful music in the world. Hayley Westenra, May It Be.